Alright, so there is a Stardust in here, and I'm looking for it now. Just bear with me for a second. Oh. There it is. Okay, so we get our second Stardust inside of Lavitz's house, inside the kitchen area. Only after the tour of the house has been completed and the kitchen is accessible. So go ahead and check behind the counter inside the kitchen to find the second Stardust of the game. Once you have that Stardust, go ahead and exit Lavitz's house. Next thing, we're going to head to the well at the center of the street. So if you head to the well from the south side, you will find another Stardust. It's just in the center of the street. Once you've got that, go ahead and exit this area, and we are going to head to the previous area of the town. There's an item shop to the right here. So you can buy and sell whichever items you have. So I'm going to free up some space here by selling some stuff that we don't need, such as spark nets and all these dark mists. I find the attack items, they're useful, but I would much rather have more room to pick up items than to have a bunch of them around. So once we've sold our items, you can buy some potions if you want and restock on Angel's Prayers if you're low. Now that we have some good items, if you are poisoned or you have a status element such as fear or anything like that, take note of the yellow arrow which marks the clinic. Now clinics can be found all throughout the game. Also the yellow indicates an inn. So let's see if what our health's looking like. Okay, so we need to rest at the inn. You can just walk up to the master of the inn and choose to stay one night for 10G. Once you got that, there's also a save point here if you wish to save your game. And take note of the bar here as well, because we are going to be coming back to the bar here soon. For now, let's go ahead and take the west path over the bridge to head back in the direction of the castle. Now we are going to stop by the weapon shop, which is the other blue arrow. So the first thing you're going to want to do here is examine the spears in the back to find a stone, which is another Stardust. That's number 3 inside of Bale, and we now have 4 total. So this is our 4th Stardust. Also, you can choose to talk to the owner of the weapon shop, and if you didn't get the Bastard's Reward back in the limestone cave, you can buy it now. Also, you can find a sparkle arrow. I go ahead and buy that, and you can immediately choose to arm these weapons onto your characters. That way you don't have to re-go into the item menu and do it separately. You can do them right as you buy them, which is awesome. Next up, buy the scale armor for Dart and go ahead and arm him with it. The leather jacket we've already found, and the salad. Go ahead and equip the salad to Dart. Now also, there are a few different things you can buy here. You can buy a Night Shield, which raises physical defense power slightly. Bravery Amulet, avoids the abnormal status fear. Stun Guard, avoids abnormal status from being stunned. Panic Guard, which avoids the abnormal status confusion. And Poison Guard avoids the abnormal status poison. So for right now, if you want, you can buy another Night Shield, or I would highly suggest maybe a Bravery Amulet or a Stun Guard, and even a Panic Guard, because these things are very important and they will help you out for specific people. Other than that, you can sell all of your old equipment for more guns, such as your old all of your old armor and stuff. You can sell that for a little bit more money. However, I would keep the War God's Amulet. Whenever you feel like you're ready, you can go ahead and exit the weapon shop. And now we are going to continue to the very back where the castle is located. Now this time, instead of taking the main stairs, we're going to take the left hand bottom door on ground level. Okay, so here immediately check a chest to the right to find a sparkle arrow, which I really wish I knew I was going to get that, or I wouldn't have bought it with Shayna. Oh, great. Well, at least we can go back and sell it. Yeah, so if you guys are watching this and you haven't played yet, don't even buy the sparkle arrow from the weapon shop, because you can find it in a chest on the ground floor of the castle. And at the back of the castle, you should see where the blacksmith is at. There is a fire. If you walk up to the fire and examine it, you will find another Stardust. That is number 5. Next up, we're going to head over to the right hand side of the castle. And here you can go ahead and climb the stairs to reach the next area. Head over to the right side of the castle. And why can't I get in here? This castle is really confusing me here. Okay, so on the west hand southwest corner of the castle, you'll find another chest that you can open for 50G. Once you got that, go ahead and climb the stairs to the upper level of the castle. And here you will find a guy that's playing music just up a short set of stairs in the northwest corner of the castle. Go ahead and examine the wall behind him for another Stardust. That makes number 5. So we have 5 Stardust and we're only missing 1. And now we are gonna loot the rest of the castle real quick. So after getting the Stardust on the upper level in the northwest corner, go ahead and take the outer level and then head down the ladder to reach a secret area of the castle where you'll find a chest containing an active ring. So if you want to check to what an active ring is it avoids the abnormal status despiriting. So once you've got that, go ahead and climb back up the ladder to reach the 3rd floor of the castle. Head back the way you came, and before you leave, go ahead and enter the small doorway on the right hand side of the 3rd floor to reach another chest that contains 100 G. So once you've got all that, go ahead and make your way back down to the bottom floor of the castle. And then from here we are going to head back around, and we are going to take the ladder leading down to the basement. The ladder can be accessed on the second floor of the castle. When you take it down, you will be on the ground floor where there is another ladder that you can descend to reach the basement. Here you will find a lever or a crank that you can turn. By turning this crank, you will open up a gate so that the boat down below can now be drove out. This is a pretty tough quest to get a Stardust. So if you guys are trying to get all the Stardust in the game, make sure you do this. The first thing you need to do is descend to the basement floor and turn the crank that you find there. That will open up the floodgate so that the boat can now drift out. Once you've got everything in the castle, we're going to go ahead and leave the castle. I'm going to quickly stop by the weapon shop so that I can sell that extra sparkle arrow we have, because I was an idiot and I bought one without checking the castle first. I won't make that mistake again. So I'm going to go ahead and sell the sparkle arrow. Exit the weapon shop. Alright, so after you have turned the crank to open the floodgate at the basement of the castle, you're going to head back to the main square of town. And this time you need to enter the inn. Remember where the bar was? Well, we need to go back there. Once you're back inside the inn, go over to the left to the bar, and he will say, the master of the bar will say, spirits? Yeah, I have good ones. 100 G per bottle. So go ahead and pay the 100G so that we can get a key item, Good Spirits. Once you have the bottle of Good Spirits, which is booze pretty much, you can go ahead and take the lower path beneath the fountain, which is towards the entrance of the city. Here you will find a guy named Dragoon who is drunk, and he's currently blocking our path. If you bought the bottle of Good Spirits, then he will ask for it. And once he takes it, he will move out of the way, allowing you to access the back area of the sewers. So once he's moved out of the way, follow the path around. Go ahead and you will now be in a small hallway. Follow it around. And then continue following the path. You are now in the underground sewer system. So while here, there is a chest that you can grab that is hidden. It's in the second part of the sewer system, and it contains 20G. So the exit to the north inside the sewer system doesn't really lead to anything. Instead, we are going to take the west exit. Here you will be at the area of the castle below where we were at earlier. And if you completed step 1 by turning the crank, which is accessed at the basement level of the Endel's castle, then you will be able to jump on the boat and take it for a ride. And now we are going to go for a small boat ride tour around the city. This is one of the harder Stardust to obtain. And we go by the drunk. And through the sewer system again. And then on the first option you choose, you can either go straight or get off the boat. Go ahead and get off the boat to reach a doorway that you can enter. And here you will be in the back of a old house, which apparently looks like a dead end. However, if you examine the very back wall, you will find something covered with cobwebs. And it's a Stardust, a very rare Stardust at that. Once you have the 6th and final Stardust within the city of Bale, you can now open your menu to see how many Stardust you have total, and we have 7. So we got quite a bit of Stardust. And finally, the tour of the city on the boat will come to an end, and you will be back at Endel's Castle near the boat dock area. Now before we head out of here, go ahead and climb the ladder to the left. And here you will be at another hidden area of the castle where you can find a chest that contains 20G. And that takes care of the items inside of the castle and most of the items, weapons, and Stardust in the town. However, there is one more item we need to get before we leave Bale. And it could come in handy. So go ahead and exit the castle and head back through the sewer system. Alright, so this is a pretty tricky item to get. It's completely hidden. Go ahead and head back to Lavitz's house, which is in the northern section of town. And when you enter Lavitz's home, we are going to make our way back to the second floor library and take the ladder to the roof of Lavitz's house where we were at earlier. Once on the roof, head to the right and an action button will appear. If you press it, you will jump to another house, which is the barn off to the right of Lavitz's house. Go ahead and enter the roof of the barn, and you're going to have to slowly walk across a beam. Now if you lose your balance, an action button will appear, and you have to press the X button in order to regain your balance. So every time you're about to fall off, just keep mashing the X button. Once you finally make it to the other side, you will find a very elusive crate that contains a healing breeze, which is a very strong healing potion. Once you've got that, go ahead and jump back down, and that takes care of everything inside of Bale. Once you have looted the entire city for all of the items, weapons, and Stardust, go ahead and attempt to leave the town. Here you will be bumped in by a clumsy woman named Martel. Alright, so you need to take note of that girl, because that is the lady that we are actually collecting the Stardust for. So, pretty much, the way this works is she will be in Bale for a little while, but then she will move at certain points in the game to a different location. So while she will be in Bale for a little while, You can either talk to her now and give her the Stardust you've collected, or you can wait, because in order to get the first prize, you have to have 10 Stardust. And for every 10 Stardust you give her, she will give you a rare item. So unfortunately, we only have 7 Stardust right now. So we need 3 more to get the first prize. So I'm not even going to bother talking to her right now. Once we get the full 10 Stardust, we will come back and give it to her for a very rare item. Now once you have gotten everything and equipped your party members with the correct battle gear, go ahead and exit Bale. And we are going to take the west path whenever the path splits. Oh man, and Lavitz's additions are so hard to hit sometimes. So if you continue to follow the path all the way to the west, you will come just in front of the town of Hoax, or Hawks, however you want to say that. Now, quick tip, if you didn't buy any items back in Bale, I highly recommend to go back if you're running low on potions, Angel's Prayer, or anything like that, because this town has no shops. So you're going to want to be very careful. And if you didn't buy healing potions and you need them, go back and do that now.
Double flash.
And just outside the town of Hawks, I'm going to go ahead and save my game. And that's going to conclude this episode of Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon. So we got lots of stuff done, and next up we will be heading into the town of Hawks, where we defend it from the dragon or whatever comes at us. So I hope this was helpful. Remember, if you didn't get all the Stardust back in Bale, I highly suggest to do so now. There's a total of 6 inside the city of Bale, as well as a bunch of good weapons and items that you can equip onto your characters so that you're prepared for this upcoming fight. I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon.